In this video, I'm going to show you different ways to cut up glyphs in Illustrator in order to highlight the anatomy of the glyphs. So I have my type tool here, and what I'm going to do is create point types. I do not drag a box. I simply click and I type a letter, and that's it. There's no bounding box around this. It's point type. I'm going to hit escape to switch back to my black arrow, and I'm going to keep a letter off to the side of the page so I don't have to do that again. Now I can select the letter and hit Shift, Command, and letter O for create outlines. So the first method to cutting up, I'm actually going to keep a G here, and I'm going to pull one out here so I don't have to repeat that step. And the first method of cutting up a letter is to use the scissor tool. So I really duplicate things a lot while I'm doing this. So I'm going to hit the letter C, and it gives me the scissor tool. I can click anywhere along a path. I prefer to click right on anchor points, and my smart guides are on here. So smart guides, let Command U, are turned on. So I see that I'm hovering right over an anchor point. So I click, I'm going to click again here, and I might as well do the other one right away. I'm going to hold the Command key to select this G. As you hold the Command key, it temporarily switches you back to the black arrow. And then I'm going to do that again. I'm going to click and click. So now on this G, I can take my white arrow. Sorry, I did that quickly. I hit the letter A to switch to my white arrow. I'm going to swipe across part of the letter and then hit delete repeatedly until all signs of the artwork, the vectors, are gone. And I'm going to do the same thing with the loop of the G and hit delete repeatedly. Now I'm going to hit Command Y, and that shows me my type and outlines. That's up here. Preview and outline is Command Y on and off. So now I can I'm going to select this artwork and hit Command J for join to close the anchor points here. Command J, and I'm going to select the piece of artwork with my black arrow, hit A on the keyboard to switch to my white arrow, grab it by the anchor point, and now when I grab it, it's going to snap right into place, which it's not doing it obviously because you're looking. I'm going to grab this one and try that again, and there we go. It snapped right into place. There's no air between these two spaces, these two shapes, and I can hit Command Y again, and now I can grab this shape and go give it a color to highlight that part of the letter. So that's method number one. It's the scissor tool. If I grab another letter, it's already outlined. I'll zoom in. I can go under the scissor tool and grab the knife tool. So the only thing the knife tool doesn't do is straight lines. So if I simply, it's an X-Acto. So if I do this, it just cut the letter and I can grab the shapes like this. So it's pretty straightforward. I want to try that again. Actually, I'm going to undo, grab the knife tool, and let's see how straight the line is. If I do this, no, yeah, so it's really, there's bumps in it here. So it doesn't necessarily do a straight line, but it is fast to do. So that's the second way of doing it. The third way will guarantee you a straight line. It's taking the line segment tool and then using Pathfinder. So if I take the line segment tool and draw, it doesn't matter what fill or stroke it has on the line, but it will guarantee you a straight line. Now I select the G and the line I drew, and I use the divide button, the first one on the second row of Pathfinder, and that just cut this in half like this. Okay, so that's the second way with or the third way, I guess. The first way was the scissor tool. The second way was the knife tool. The third way is a line segment and Pathfinder. So is that still cut? No. Okay, so let's get rid of this line. So look, this line doesn't have a stroke on it, so it disappears when it's unselected. So if I hit Command letter Y, that's going here. It's going View Preview. So it shows me all the paths that are on the page. So I can swipe across it and delete to get rid of it. And I hit Command Y to get back into preview mode. The third way of doing this is, again, just using shapes in Pathfinder. So here, I'm going to draw a circle with a stroke on it. So there you go. I do that. And then I can grab this, and you can just experiment with different pathfinders in here. If I click divide, that just did this. It's a little bit, see, it's a little bit messy, but maybe you can explore coloring different areas. This is one continuous path all around, and there's a piece in here. This is what this looks like in outline mode. Okay, so you can just experiment with drawing shapes over your letters and using the different pathfinders. But what I do suggest is that you keep a letter like this so that you can piece it back together if you have to create outlines again. And then another useful trick in this is that if I'm working right here, let's see, what I'll do is I'll copy the circle first. So I go edit, copy. And what that does, let me think of one. If I do this, see how it deleted the circle? Well, now if I go paste in front, it puts my circle exactly back where it was before. So now that I think of it, I could have just as well selected the whole thing and copy it, use my Pathfinder, Command F to put it back, and then Pathfinder the reverse way. So now I have the letter, see, like now I have this and this. So I'm just gonna put those back. And if I do Command F again, my circle is back. So now I have this, this, and this. So Command F just pastes it back in place, like right exactly accurately where it was. Okay, so I'm sure there are more ways of slicing and dicing letters, but that covers the basics for you to be able to show off the different parts of the anatomy of the glyphs.